Hi lovely people, welcome back to my tutorial for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for your support. And please, if this is your first time, kindly help us by hitting on that red icon to subscribe. And also touch the notification bell to enable you be the first to be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now today's class we shall be looking at how to draft our basic body pattern. Okay, this tutorial will be of a very good and great help to you if you don't know how to get your basic body. Okay, so I would love you to watch till the end. You can use this to make a different type of dress for yourself, and it will make your work very neat and easy. So the first thing is to make a straight line here where our shoulder measurement will starting from. Okay, all right, so the next thing is to take our shoulder to nipple measurement, and the shoulder to nipple measurement I'm working with is 12 inches. So from this line now, we'll take our shoulder to nipple measurement, which is 12 inches. So from here I'll mark my 12 inches. So from here I'll mark my half length, which is 17 inches. Okay, all right, so the next thing to mark now is our hip measurement, and the difference between the distance between my hip line, my waistline to my hip line is 9 inches, and this is also standard for adults. Okay, so here I will mark my 9 inches. Okay, so I'll just use a straight line to mark it. All right, so you can go ahead and extend the length of your dress, but this is the basic ones that we are doing. Okay, so the length doesn't matter, so because everybody's length differs, so you can just include your own length. Okay, all right, so the next thing we are going to do now is to take our shoulder measurement. So just take the shoulder, your shoulder measurement. So whatever thing you have, you divide by 2. Okay, so the shoulder I'm working with here is 16 inches. So when I divide by 2, I will have 8 inches. So I will just mark my 8 inches. Just mark my 8 inches here. Okay, for our shoulder slope, we have a standard for adult, and which is 3 inches. So from here, I'll just mark my 3 inches. And from this, your shoulder measurement, you have to come down by 1 inch. Okay. All right. So just go ahead now and connect the shoulder slope. So from here now, I will connect my shoulder slope. Okay, so the next thing to do is to take our armhole measurement or your chest measurement. Okay, all right, so the armhole, just take your round armhole, whatever thing you have, you also divide by 2. Okay, all right, so the armhole I'm working with here is 18 inches. So when I divide by 2, I have my 9 inches. Okay, all right, so you remember that since we have taken our shoulder slope, that this one each here now it's out. Okay, so it doesn't include any more to our measurement. So from this 1 inch now, I will take our 9 inches. Okay, so I'll just mark my 9 inch here. So I'll come here again and take back this our shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. Okay, here. So I'll just connect it with a straight line. All right. So at this place now, I will make a straight line where we'll be taking our bust measurement. We'll just connect it with a straight line. Okay. So at this line now, we will take our bust measurement. And the bust I'm working with, sorry, let me just extend all those lines. Okay. So the bust I'm working with is 41 inches. So when I divide by 4, now we are dividing by 4. We are dividing our waist, our bust measurement, our waist measurement, and our hip measurement by 4. But for the armhole and for the shoulder, we are dividing by 2. Okay? Alright. So here I will divide my bust measurement by 4. And when I divide 41 by 4, I will have 10.25. So from here, I'll mark my 10.25. Okay. Alright. So coming to our waistline, the waist we are working with is 36 inches. So when we divide by 4, it will give us 9 inches. So from here, we'll take our 9 inches. Okay. The bust we are working with is 48 inches. Divide by 4 to give us 12 inches. So here I will mark my 12 inches. Okay. All right. So here you can now add your allowance, add your ease. Okay. So here I'll just add my allowance of 1 inch. Okay, you can add up to 2 inches, you can add up to 1.5 depending on what you want, but here I'll be adding just 1 inch. Okay, so here again I will add up 1 inch. All right, so at this place I'll also add 1 inch. Okay, so let me just talk something about the down part. For instance, if you are making a pencil gown, okay, we have our measurements here. We have a measurement with 12 inches plus the 1 inch, which is 13 inches. Okay, when you come to this down part, instead of taking the same thing that you will take from here, what we have to do is to come inside, okay, so that we will have this shape. Okay, but if you want it to be just a free straight gown, you can just connect those straight. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. If you are making a pencil gown, instead of coming down straight, you go in by 2 inches, by 3 inches, depending on how pencil you want it to be. Then you shape it up. Then if you are making an A-line dress, then what you have to do is when you have 13 here, you come down here by 13, which is the length of your dress. When you come down there by 13 inches, you go out by 2 inches or by 3 inches, depending on how you want it to be. Then you just connect. Okay, so for this one now, I'll just be making a pattern of a pencil dress. Okay, so what I will do is to take back my measurement, which is 13 inches that we have here plus our allowance. So here I will just take that 13 inches. Okay, so here is my 13 inches, but because I want it to be pencil, what I would do is to come in by 2 inches. Okay, you just come in by 2 inches, then I will now connect. Okay, all right, well, I don't want to confuse anyone, so what I would do now is just for me to just let me just connect it to normal pattern. Okay, so let me just connect the lines. So I've connected the lines. Okay, so when you look inside, you will see our main body measurement, but what we just connected now is the allowance, so that when you are cutting, you cut towards the line of the allowance, not to the main dress. Okay, so the next thing to do is to take our armhole curve. Our armhole is 9 inches, so the half of it is 4.5. Just mark the 4.5. Then for the front, you come out by half 0. You come out by half an inch, 0.5 inch. Okay, or you can come out by 3/4, which is 0.75, but I'm using 0.5. So at this place now, I will just connect this. Then you can, at this place, you can use your French curve, but I don't have it, so I'll just use my hand to connect it. Then for the back armhole, the main line is where you will take and connect it to the bust measurement. So this line here is for the back. Now we are going to mark our neckline. At this place now, you decide the kind of neck you want, how deep you want your neck to be, how tight you want your neck to be. It all depends on what you want. We don't have any standard for this. It just depends on the style that you want to give your dress. Okay, so for here, let's take for instance, if we are making, we want the neck to be that free, we'll mark our 4 inches. Okay, we use 4 inches for the neck width, and for the neck depth, we'll make use of 5 inches. Then for the back, we'll make use of 1 inch. Okay, this is just an illustration. This is just an example. It's not necessary that you will make the same neckline unless you want the neck to be this way. Okay, all right, so what I will do now is to connect this back. Now I'll just connect it to the 4 inches. Okay, then here, if you want a V neck, you can just connect it straight, but I want a C neck, so I'll just connect it. All right, for our neck, for our dart, in making this dart, all dresses is not a must that you attach a dart to every of your dress. It only depends on the kind of dress you are making. Okay, if you like, you can just leave it this way. But in case you want to put your dart, that is why we are doing it, so that you will know the proper way to put the dart. So first thing you have to consider, it's your butt span, the difference between your butt span, okay? That is the nipple to nipple, the difference between the two nipples. And what we have, for mine, I have 8 inches. So what you do is to divide it by 2. Okay, so 8 divided by 2 will give us 4 inches. So I will just add whatever thing that I used to sew my clothes. I just add my allowance, and I'm adding 0.25. So I will have 4.25. So here I will just mark my 4.25 at this point. And at my bust point, I will mark my 4.25. Okay, and down here I'll also mark my 4.25. Alright, so I'll use a straight line to connect it. Okay, so at this waistline, I will come out by ½ inch. I'll mark ½ inch here, and I'll mark half to this other side. And coming to my bust point, I'll come down by 1 inch. Okay, I'll come down by 1, which is here. So I'll just connect this with a straight line. From here, I will connect to this point, and from here, I will connect to this other point. Then at this place, I'll go up by 2 inches. From my hip line, I'll go up by 2 inches, which is here. So I'll connect again from this side. I'll connect it with a straight line, and at this, I will connect with a straight line. So this is our dart. So I can now go ahead and cut this pattern out. So when I'm cutting out, I'll first of all cut out the back neck and the back armhole, okay, before cutting the front one. As you can see, this is very, very easy. But this, it can help you to cut to your different basic measurements, okay? You can use it to make a any style of your choice. Even if you're making a simple top for yourself, the only thing you have to do is that there won't be a hip line, but instead the blouse line, okay? The length of the blouse, and it's still the same way, the same formula that you are going to make use of. So this is very, very good. That is why I would like you to learn it and watch this video till the end. And if this is your first time, don't go without subscribing. It's absolutely free. All right. Just cut out here. Now when we reach here, we just cut out the neck back. Okay. So this is what we have. I'll just go ahead and divide this into 2 to have our back and our front. So here I have my back and the front piece. Okay, so for the front, I will now go ahead and cut out this. So you have to separate the two before cutting out the front piece. If not, you'll be having the same thing. And I can now cut out my armhole for the front. So this is what we have. As you can see, very simple. So you can just use those, place it on your fabric and cut out what you want. Thank you for watching to the end. And please, if this is your first time, kindly hit on that red icon to subscribe. So we'll meet in my next class. Love you all. Bye.